Hey tubers, another quick update.
Hello.
It's the last hours of the 1st of the 1st 2019, so hopefully we'll be able to nail this video for you. So render's done. We're really happy with the render, but what we're probably going to do is do the last coats in about 2 years time. There's a couple of hairline cracks which we're not too happy with, which we'll show you in a second. So the pad's down, that's within 10 mil of where it needs, 10 mil of where it needs to be at 0 before the concrete goes down. So we're at this stage, we're going to be digging out the footings next, and then do the final screeding and then put the concrete down when the concrete guys turn up. So all of our plumbing's in. We had a plumber down, and we were fortunate enough he let us help him plumbing in. So the whole plumbing for the system underground under the slab took a day, so we're pretty impressed with that. Planter's in. You guys already know about planters and EPDM. This is EPDM, but it's the reinforced stuff. EPDM's pretty expensive. We're quite surprised, but it's in. So the whole bed's tanked out. We put 2 foot of rock in, and then the rest we filled up with sand. Not to the top though. This sand's just dead sand really. There's nothing in it. You can't grow anything in it yet. What we're going to do with that is mix in sawdust. There's a guy in town who makes cray pots, because it's a cray pot cray fishing town, or used to be. So the guy's still making cray pots, and we get a load of sawdust off him. So the method that we're using in the planter leader method, that's sawdust, sand and fertilizers. We've done it in our vegetable patch and we've had some awesome results from it. So because we haven't got good soil around here, we've got to build the soil, and that's how we're going to do it. Moving on, this here's the catcher, the grey water catcher, which is still in process of being finished. Obviously that will get cut down. What else have we got? Right, so back to the render. This render's now 2 months old, and it's been out in some really hot baking sun, which probably isn't the best for it, but as you can see, it's developing these hairline cracks. Now everything that I've researched, or we've researched on render and concrete, everyone says it's going to crack, which is really sad. We were hoping not to get any cracks, but I mean, it was a bit wishful thinking. There is one particular crack which we are really not happy with, and it's this guy here. I did a little bit of picking around and sort of slapped my wrist for that, because I've pulled a bit out, but the crack runs right the way down the wall. Now what we're thinking, the reason for that crack, that severe crack, is because this wall here is leaning back onto the berm, and at this point here it starts straightening up to go around the corner. So this wall here doesn't have any berm behind it, so it's self-supporting. And we're thinking that the settling between a leaning wall and a vertical wall is causing that crack. That's our best guess at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
That's it. That was Shiner's guess, and I tend to agree with that one. There's lots of theories on why we were getting cracks, but that's the best one. Okay, so our steps. Now I mentioned that we were going to put the house pad down first, but what we've decided to do is just set the formwork up for the steps, because the steps going to be concrete. It's going to be the same colour as the floor in the house, also this outdoor area here. So we put this formwork up because when we had the shed built, there was at least half a cube left over. So if we've got any left over, that's where it's going. Also, we're putting colour into the concrete as well, so we're having coloured concrete throughout the whole house, and the colouring is also expensive as well, so we didn't really want to have to waste anything. So this is the berm. Actually, that's not the berm, because there's no berm behind this corner wall here. I'm starting to see the berm now. So we've got the inlet wall, no cracks in that whatsoever, and as you can see, we've dressed the berm. So we've got the weed mat down, just to stop obviously the weeds coming through, and also sand erosion, and will stop the rocks from digging into the dirt at the back. What do we do? These were large, weren't they?
Yeah, so these were large, we put medium down, and then we did 2 layers of small rocks over the top.
Yeah, so it's
fill in the gaps.
So it's got 3 layers. 3. So it's, well, large, medium, and then small again. Yeah. This guy here, we've had to put this in because we got the this will be the water coming off the roof. The pipe runs up the berm, so the water will come off the roof and then straight down this pipe down to here and then out into the tank. This is where our tank area is. We're gonna have a water tank right here, and we put this. There's a couple of reasons which we made this block. One, to stop this pipe from sliding down the berm, because it's actually quite a high berm. And also we needed somewhere to put the water pump, so the water will come in from the water tank here. We'll have a water pressure pump sat here. It'll be bolted down to the block, and then we've got a power cord already pre-run, which we've got to put a bit more trunking round, and obviously a plug socket, and then a box on top, a steel box. And this one here, this will be for the earth cable for the house, because the earth cable has to sit outside in a wet area. So our pin's going to be down here, and that'll be our earth cable for our house. So that's nicely out of the way. The rock piles have diminished quite a bit. What else have we got? We'll take you for a walk round the back. Let's go for a walk round the back. It's still an awesome build. We're still loving it, but we feel that now's kind of the time that we actually start building. All this has been in preparation to get to a point where we could start building. So that's been, yeah, building something that looks like a house. So this is 18 months now. Right? 17 months, yeah, it's taken to get to this stage. So
since the first tyre.
Oh, from the first tyre. There you go. So this is around the back of the berm. This is the east side of the berm. And that's looking to the front. There it is. I'll take a shot from up there. We've got bore water tap. I think I mentioned our bore water's all on gravity feed. So we have bore water into the house and tank water, pressurised tank water. So there it is. Sorry about the deficiency in light. Yeah, that's the front wall. So there it is. Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.